Okay, my dudes, we are back. We are at a preserve this week. And this week is another one of them informational videos for y'all. Today's trail is a little over 4 miles, I believe. I'll put the exact down on the screen when we're all said and done, because again, it can take longer than what All Trail says. Anyway, today, like I said, is a little bit more of an informational video for everybody. This is for mental health, basically. Mainly pushed more towards the female side. But gentlemen, there is also some notes to take heed to in this video. So please continue to watch. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll be just inspired to get outdoors. By the way, today I'm filming with a new microphone set that I got. It is the DJI Mic Mini, or Mini Mic, either way, it's mini. So, without further ado, as we hike along here today, I'll be throwing some information out at you. And again, today is mainly aimed towards the females out there in YouTube land. Maybe even some of my female creators, female friends who watch this don't know about these things. But hiking, the outdoors, just a general walk, even around your neighborhood, is good exercise. You don't have to be moving fast. You just have to have movement. Now, with walking, it helps quite a few things. Just a quick little walk around the neighborhood or a hike like I'm doing out here can definitely help with joint health. It can also help with bone density, and it can prevent chronic conditions, like hypertension. And as we get older, like you've heard me complain about the issues with my knee, I'm doing everything I can within my power to make sure I'm almost getting lost, to make sure I stay healthy and I'm able to be out here and continue hiking and giving you all this information. So when it comes to this loop, there's actually 2 loops you can do. This one goes down in and back around and out, but there's another trail you can take that shoots across and it does another loop, which is what I plan on doing today, because I've got so much information to kind of throw at you. But still, we're gonna have fun nonetheless. But got trail markings here. Blue blazings with a silver arrow. But last week I was at the Lackawanna State Park, which is literally 5 minutes from here, and I did a really short trail. So this week, with the amount of information I am going to throw at you today, I figured it'd be a great day to get out and do a little bit longer of a trail. So hiking in general is good for your mental health. That's why I'm out here. That's why I do this. It's good for my mental health. It's good for my physical health. I can tell you with 100% certainty, if I was not out here, my mental health would be wrecked, completely wrecked. I would be depressed. I'd be filled with anxiety. My physical health would kind of take bottoming out, I guess you could say. But I refuse to let myself get that far. I've said depression, anxiety is not a light switch. You can't just turn it off and, oh, be happy again. Because if we could, we would. We don't like feeling this way. So anyway, I got some folks coming up here. I'm gonna put you guys away because there's a little child here. So no kids on camera. Oh, we do have some private property lines here. So that looks like it used to be a trail that we can't take anymore. So we're just going to take a left here. All right, here we go into the tunnel of the dead brush blowdown section. Well, this is not at all what I planned for, but as long as we don't sink too deep. All right, well, that was cool. Come out to this nice rocky trail. So, another tip for you ladies, and this kind of goes for everybody, but certain points is directed towards females and other parts are directed towards males. But when you come out in nature, there's no competition. There's no mirrors out here to look at, to judge yourself, to put makeup on, to see if you need to do your hair, brush your hair or whatever. There's no judgment out here. You can come out here as raw as you want to, and ain't nobody gonna judge you for that. You're on a hiking trail. You're not supposed to put on makeup. You're not supposed to wear a nice dress. Get that anxiety level down. Nobody cares what you wear out here. Nobody cares what you look like out here. Being outdoors, this goes for anybody, takes care of anxiety, as I've stated before. It is a retreat, so to speak. It's almost like a mini vacation. So I guess you could say I take a lot of vacations in my life. Another thing about nature and hiking or just taking a walk is I've often heard the term Mother Nature meets you where you are. And you don't have to come out here and be a certain type of person. You don't have to be that workaholic. You don't have to be that mom, so to speak, unless you got your kids with you. But you can come out here and you can completely 100% be yourself. It helps you get in touch with maybe some emotions that you've been needing to deal with. I've often used the term, it helps bring your mind back to center. It erases all of that left and right BS, and it helps you focus straight ahead. No looking left and right, no thinking left and right. And I don't mean that politically, by the way. Just straight, you're focused. Mother Nature has a way of grabbing the bull by the horns and wrestling that son of a bitch to the ground. So, ladies, if you're hiking alone and you feel anxiety on the trail, especially if you see a man coming. And before I go any farther, last year, or the year before, there was a thing on social media about if a woman was left alone in the woods with a bear or a man, which one would you choose? And a lot of women said the bear. And I totally 100% support that. There's other people that might have other views on this topic, but let me tell you something. It all is about intentions. You know what a bear's intentions is, depending on what kind it is. If you're thrown out there with a grizzly, yes, his intentions, like, it's not necessarily to take you out, but if you're too close in its territory, it feels threatened, or it's around its babies, you're in big trouble. But chances are, if you make enough noise, make yourself look big, scream, shout, and slowly back away, it may take off in the other direction. We all know black bears are not anything to really necessarily fear. Just put your food away. Again, make noise and don't threaten them, and stay away from the babies. But gentlemen, if you're out on trail, you got a female coming towards you, you got a female coming up behind you, all you got to do is this. Step off trail, let them go ahead. They may not like you going ahead, or themselves going ahead and you being behind, excuse me, because they can't see what you're doing. So keep your distance. Allow plenty of space between you and her so she does not feel threatened in any way, shape, or form. Going back to the intentions. You don't know the intentions of a man. I, as a man, like to think that most men have good intentions, but sadly, there are some men in society that have proved way wrong, and a lot of men have some pretty ill, sick intentions. So I completely understand why women would choose the bear. If I was a woman, I'd choose the bear. Although scary, a bear's intentions are not to take you out or hurt you. A man's intentions could be straight up just that. So gentlemen, again, leave a lot of space on trail. Don't follow too closely. There's another trail that way. Let me check our GPS. All right, so we're gonna keep going this way. Eventually we're gonna take a right on another loop. It is the green trail. So we're gonna go up a little bit. Not too terrible in elevation gain, but enough to probably get your heart pumping. And off to the right, we have the green trail. And a lot of these trail junctions actually have these rock piles here. See, told you it'd get me out of breath. This is definitely a dead forest. And I can't wait until spring/summer to see the green come back. That's why in the last video, it's really nice to see those leaves. Second tip to help women have better mental health on the trail. Gentlemen, mainly the rest of these tips are for you, but ladies, I want you to listen to these. Leave something down in the comments if I left something out, I should say. But gentlemen, do not make conversation on trail. Keep things brief. Breathe. I'm trying to breathe right now. Keep things brief. Hello, good morning. Do not initiate a conversation. And do not follow when said female walks away. No conversations. You don't know them. They don't know you. You could have ill intentions. Do not follow. Let them hike their hike. You hike your own. This is really cool. I'm not sure why these were built here, but yeah, it's cool nonetheless. There's a bunch of rock pilings around here, and they must keep these up because these do not look dilapidated or necessarily old at all. So whoever does this, good for you. Not gonna lie, this is really cool walking through this pine forest. Only thing I want to be careful of is the hiking earlier. I did some filming earlier, which is the video you saw last week. If you haven't judged by the clothes. But I was at Lackawanna State Forest or State Park, and the wind's been blowing all day today. And I feel that was only like a mile trail. It's 2 miles, a little over 2 miles because it's an out and back trail. Anywho, I hiked that pretty quick because there was a lot of dead standing trees and the wind blowing and the creaking and cracking I heard. The last thing I wanted was for a tree to land on me. So I decided to skedaddle out of there. But yeah, I did some filming earlier. This is the first time I've ever done 2 videos in one day out on a trip. Today is Sunday, March 15th. And I want to throw a huge shout out there to a happy birthday shout out to my ex-wife Sylvia. We are still friends. I'm very thankful for that. I'm not sure how old she turns today, but there was a point in my life, my friends, where I enjoyed having a much, much older woman, and Sylvia happens to be 18 years older than I, and I'm 42, so you can do that math, because my math don't math. But anyway, she don't watch these, but I wanted to put it out there anyway. Happy birthday, Sylvia. I appreciate you. I'm still super happy that we're friends, even though I made some really, really stupid, arrogant decisions. And as a man, I just want to say, since day one, I've taken full responsibility for my actions. I have owned up to them. I have never once said, nope, I didn't do that. I've been very forthcoming. But anyway, back to our tips. So, along the lines of conversation, don't be asking her what her route is. Don't be asking her where she's parked. Don't be asking her if she's hiking alone. Just don't do that. Those are 2 sensitive questions. It's really weird. I know if somebody come up to me, male or female, and said, hey, what route you taking? Which parking lot are you at? No, I'm not telling you any of that information because I don't want you following me. Both men and women can have ill intent, but this is mainly for the ladies' safety out on trail. So, don't be asking them personal questions, you weirdos. Lily Lake, parking, Meadow Suite. So I believe we have to stay on the green trail, which is this way, to continue all the way out to our loop. We will be going up a bit, and there is a scenic view off trail here eventually. Next one, be respectful of somebody's reasons for being out on trail. Like me, I'm out here to get my mind right and forget about all the garbage in life. A lot of people come out here for recreation or to do exactly what I'm doing. Somebody may come to nature, a preserve, a hiking trail, a state park, state forest, to get their mind right and be alone and get their thoughts collected. We all come out here for different reasons. So just be mindful of that. Our scenic view is 0.3 or 0.4 miles away. So I'm going to put you guys away. The next time you see me, we're going to see some cool stuff. Quarry Ridge Preserve rules. Please stay on trails. No alcohol, fires, dumping, hunting by permission only. No motorized vehicles. All right. Okay, one more tip before we get there. It's a little farther away than what I thought. The next tip, gentlemen, is to read her body language. If she seems hurried, she may have headphones in. If she avoids eye contact, we all know an avoidance of eye contact is pretty much a signal of don't talk to me. Don't stop. Again, don't make conversation. Don't make small talk. You don't know them. They don't know you, chances are. So leave them be. Let them go. And again, what was rule number 1? Keep your distance. Don't follow. Announce yourself if you are hiking, if you are a faster hiker, or if she does have headphones in. Announce yourself. Scoot on by. It's supposed to be safe for everybody out here. Nice big wide open meadow here. This is probably the area that's like the trail cover photo on all trails, because all these trees over here are like in bloom and whatnot. They could actually make this into a campground. That would be cool. So we are walking through another meadow here. Supposed to have a scenic view coming up, but we're also right along where there's power lines too, so we'll be careful not to go out there. And we might have a scenic view of what looks like some water coming up. Well, all right, I wasn't expecting that. How cool. I also want to give a big shout out to my friend Kathy. She gave me some of this Tylenol painkiller rub, and I've rubbed that on my knees twice now, and well, not my knees, my bad knee, and it seems to have worked. Like I feel tightness. I don't think it's going to take the tightness away, but like whatever ache I might have felt, like it's not there. Between that and wearing my knee brace, which I forgot to put on today. But speaking of braces though, I did buy some patella straps that go underneath your patella and strap right to your leg. And the lady that was promoting them said she was a big hiker, and they have helped her absolutely crazy good. So you are now entering Countryside Conservancy and protected land. Respect the landowner. Do not hunt or go off trail. Okay. But I'm pretty sure we're at our scenic part, so let's check out the view. Yeah, I definitely figured power lines. Let's zoom in here. So we got 1, 2, 3, or no, excuse me, 4 and 8 times zoom in. How about that? That's pretty awesome. The farther you zoom in though, the more unstable it seems like your hand is. So let's back out here. Let's go to 2. There we are. That's better. Pretty cool. Okay, so we're narrowing down on our tips here for the gentlemen to make the mental health and anxiety for the ladies better on trail. My next one is, it can be argued. Don't be the nice guy. If you see somebody is visibly hurt, by all means, help them. The outdoor community, the hiking community, is a great supportive community. However, don't be extra. Don't be that nice guy. There we go. That's the term I wanted to use. The nice guy, so to speak. Don't offer unsolicited advice, as I've seen, and don't act in a patronizing manner. just don't act a fool. If somebody legitimately needs help, I get why you want to help. But if people have things covered, don't be overbearing. Don't stick your nose where it don't belong. Again, I've said before, I'm a big one on minding my own business. I am truly alone out here today. Very much alone. I really like traveling through this pine forest. This is really, really cool. Trails are well marked. There's been a post or signage at pretty much each trail junction, which is great, because if you only want to do one color, by all means, do it. All right, so post 47, Abington. I don't know what that says. Let's check the navigator. All right, so we will continue this way. By the way, this is a biking trail too, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some cyclists come up through here. Come on, do it again. One more time. Woodpecker going to town. I'm guessing there's some target practice going off in the distance, because I keep hearing these far away. I know, terrible voiceover, but anyway, oh, there's some couple-day-old deer poo. I won't show that this time. Wow, it's getting a little bit darker here. I think it's because we got more pine coverage, but we are back on the green trail. And we're gonna get a little elevation gain in here now, coming up out of this little gully. Gully. Valley. Not quite a gorge though. So basically that's all the tips that I wanted to kind of throw out there before we cross this little boardwalk here. You may or may not be able to hear the water rushing in the background. I don't know if the new mic's picking that up. By the way, there it is. Basically, people, men, women, elderly, whoever's out on trail, be respectful. You don't know the reason they're out there. Again, it could be mental health purposes. It could be because they like the sport of the outdoors. It could be because they're exercising. It could be because they just wanted to go for a walk because they're suffering from anxiety or depression or burnout of life. And we don't live in the easiest world, my friends. Gas prices are high, grocery prices are high, electric bills are skyrocketing. It's hard to live, and I completely 100% understand why people are burnout and stressed and their anxiety is through the roof. But be respectful of people. If you're a man, be respectful of the ladies on trail. Again, give them distance. Announce you're there. Don't make eye contact or no prolonged conversations. Don't be nosy. Don't be extra helpful. Just be a hiker. Hike your own hike. And kind of mind your business, you know? Let's finish this trail out, my friends. There's tons more stuff to see. So this, my friends, is still the Lackawanna Lake. Got a couple of geese out there flying away. The rest of our trail keeps on going this way. Frost Hollow, trail adopted by John 3 Beck, or is that Joan Beck? The E is just backwards, I don't know, and JCM. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but this is cool. Let's go. By the way, if I have not mentioned already, the name of this trail is actually the Meadowsweet and Abington Trail Loop. So there's two trails. Technically, there's others in there because I have a junction up here and it's labeled in blue with a blue arrow pointing to the right, and it's called the Snowflake Trail. And the trail we are currently on is Frost Hollow. So I got to look at the GPS, see where we're supposed to go, but I think we're supposed to stay on Frost Hollow. I could be wrong. Let's look at the GPS. Yep, Frost Hollow it is. Again, we got Lackawanna Lake down there. This has been a really, really awesome day. These trails have been quiet, minus the traffic noise. I mean, but it still doesn't take away from the mental solitude you get while you're out here. And I just want to mention my pack. Like, I've never had a pack that's fit this well. My first pack, my gray one, the Outdoor Products, that was a great pack. That lasted a while. But when I bought that, I didn't know anything about fit or anything like that. This thing, literally, it goes with the curve of my spine and it's super comfortable. Yeah. Anywho, let's get back to the trail. All right, I need to stop for some water. I haven't even taken a water break yet. So the cool thing about this is my Nalgene bottle, I'm able to loop this right through. So if the pack falls off, the water bottle ain't gonna come out, or if I happen to fall, the water bottle ain't gonna come out and roll down a hill. But yeah, my lips are getting dry. Do a lot of mouth breathing while you're out here, you know? So. Looking for more stickers to add to this. I want to thank Day Hike Dave, the Pharaoh Female, Darcy's Hiking Diaries, and Daniel from Hammock Mountain for giving me some stickers to decorate this pretty little bottle with. It's definitely made it look awesome. So it might sound weird, it might sound disgusting, but I don't wash the outside because I don't want it to take the stickers off. I don't know if it would or not, but I wipe the outside down with a dry cloth, but the inside, like, I'll wash normally, but anything that ever goes in here is water. So, and the lid's always on it, so I don't expect dirt or debris to get into it. All right. You people that do this should be banned from any state park, state forest, or preserve. This is ridiculous. Okay, we've reached a trail junction. I don't know if y'all remember coming through here, but we are actually gonna go this way because we didn't go this way. Our trail markings are blue. This is considered the blue loop. Then we'll meet back up with an intersecting trail. Then we'll go on the right side of another loop that we didn't do, which would be the first one. So technically, there's 3 loops here. You just choose which one you want to do and have your own adventure. Like I said, hike your own hike. Just passed a couple too. That'd be first signs of life I've seen on trail all day, besides my own self. Wow, what do we got here? Leads out to an open field, but I would like to think we couldn't go out there. Wondering if that's just signifying a trail junction. But anywho, we'll keep trucking. Okay, met a nice couple with a little black lab, so cute, 5 months old. His name was Sid, I think they said. Sid or Siv, something like that. But black as a black bear. But we are on the last loop, the left side if we were going the other way. We haven't hit this side yet. But this will take us right back to the main trail that let us in. And that'll about complete our day, my friends. Man, it's been fun. Burnt them old calories today too. Now I'm just really hoping these microphones, or this microphone I should say, did its job and got some better audio. Been a lot of wind here today, and here we are, the very first junction, rock tower, I guess you could call it. I don't know, would you call this a rock cairn or cairn? Is it cairn or cairn? I think it's cairn, isn't it? All right, my friends, we are nearing the end of this trail. I want to thank you for joining me. Hopefully you take away some good information. I hope you all stay well. You all stay safe, stay healthy, and you all be good to each other. We'll see you next time.